Hi, you guys. All right, we are reading Rise Up Ordinary Kids with Extraordinary Stories. This is the gutsy tale of Greta Thunberg from Sweden. Greta shifted around, trying to get comfortable on the hard ground. The cobblestones underneath her were cold and rough. People walked by, looking down at her, then glancing at her homemade sign. She had been sitting here alone outside the Swedish Parliament building for 6 hours. It was nearly time to leave, but she would be back again soon. Do you guys know what a Parliament building is? We have our Parliament buildings in Victoria. That is where we have the government doing their work. So, what do you think she's doing here? She's out there with a sign. Interesting. Do you think she might be trying to send a message to somebody important? Let's keep reading. It was Friday, August 20th, 2018. Greta promised herself that she would sit here every single Friday from now on, come rain or shine. She would never give up because there was too much at stake. The future of the Earth was in peril. Ooh, peril. She couldn't let climate change be ignored anymore. What does peril mean? Let's read the context clues. The future of the Earth was in peril. She couldn't let climate change be ignored anymore. Well, we know climate change is a bad thing. And so can we infer that peril is something is wrong, something's really bad, the Earth is in trouble? I think that makes a lot of sense because she's there trying to fix it, right? When she was 8 years old, Greta Thunberg learned about climate change and wondered why more wasn't being done about it. Greta and her family did their best to recycle their trash. They were conscious of not wasting water, and they tried to bike instead of drive. Greta even became a vegan to try and reduce her personal impact on climate change. Do you know what a vegan is? A vegan's where you don't eat any kind of meat, you don't even eat any dairy products at all either. So you eat just like vegetables, fruits, and beans, that kind of stuff. Okay? Then, in the summer of 2018, a scorching heat wave hit Europe and devastating forest fires broke out in Sweden. It was impossible for Greta to overlook this. She knew it had happened because of climate change. Greta was 15 and she realized she had to do something more for her generation and for all generations to come. Okay, so that's the people her age and the people that will be like her kids and their kids and their kids and their kids and their kids, and so on. So she decided to go on strike. She pointed to a sign on a piece of wood that said, Stålstrejk for climate. Okay, well, that's obviously in Swedish, but it means school strike for climate. They're giving us the English translation right after. Phew, because I didn't know what that meant. School strike for climate. Whoa, a school strike. So that means that she's not going to school because she wants the government to take notice and make some changes for the climate. Instead of going to school that day, Greta biked down to the Parliament building and sat down outside. She would make her voice heard. She would make the government and the big companies take notice of her and take urgent action against climate change. Whoops. You guys are better at me than this. I'll just change one page. No. How do I just turn the page? Oh, there we go. That first day, Greta sat alone. On the second day, a few people joined her. Since then, Greta has never been alone. Gradually, thousands of school children from more than 100 countries around the world have joined her, holding their own climate strikes on Fridays. Greta had started a movement now known as Fridays for the Future. She has appeared on TV and spread her ideas by giving TED Talks and by speaking of important world events, such as the United Nations Climate Change Conference. This is even more of an achievement. That's a big word, achievement. We can use Chunky Monkey to sound that out, right? Achievement for Greta, as she has Asperger's syndrome. Okay, let's keep reading and see if we can figure that out. And often finds it difficult to communicate with other people. but she doesn't let this get in the way of her goals. Okay, so can we infer from the context clues that Asperger's syndrome is a kind of um, illness that she is working with? Okay, so we could look that up later if you want to see exactly what that is, but it's a um, pretty common thing that she's doing her best to work with, and she's a really amazing kid. But she doesn't let this get in the way of her goals. She knows that stopping the effects of climate change is the most important thing in the world. Greta's message is clear. This is the greatest threat that humankind has ever faced, and we need to take action now. Wow. Okay, so now we've read Greta's story. It's pretty amazing. Now I'm asking you to, your assignment is to take a look at this. What can you do? Okay, so we're going to take a look at that. But first, let's just take a look at what is climate change and learn some more facts about this stuff. It's pretty interesting. What is climate change? Our planet is slowly heating up. The changing climate is making our weather much more extreme. As temperatures rise, some parts of the world are getting wetter, while others are getting hotter and have droughts. You didn't know that word? Droughts, that's when there's not enough rain. Okay, so there's not enough water for the environment. Trees and plants absorb carbon dioxide. When forests are cut down for wood and other products, we have fewer trees to get rid of the carbon dioxide. Okay, let's read the next point. Climate change is mostly caused by humans. Our cars, planes, homes, factories, and farms use fuel and release gases that trap heat from the sun. If climate change escalates, it will continue to have a very serious effect on the future of animals, plants, and humans. Wow. Okay, so climate change is serious business. So, how to be an environmental activist. Okay, so an activist is someone like Greta who is taking a stand and trying to get trying to change things. So, if we want to become activists for the environment, we need to get informed. Find out as much as you can about climate change, its causes, and its effects. Why not start an eco club at school with our friends? Give your time to the cause. Volunteer and help out in any way you can. Make your voice heard. Sharing your views could help to change other people's attitudes. And don't give up. It can take a long time to make a difference, but it'll be worth it. Every little bit helps. Okay, now we've got, wow, I don't know how to say that word. And it's not helping us with it, is it? Okay, so this word, Martinez, USA. So this is somebody's name, which I don't want to butcher. I don't know how to say that. It's a different language, so our reading strategies aren't going to help us with that one. Okay, so we're going to say this person, Martinez, was taught from an early age that protecting the earth is everyone's responsibility. He has made it his mission to share these views and uses rap as a way to make his voice heard. He is the youth director for Earth Guardians, a group of activists, artists, and musicians from around the world who work together to make change happen in the communities. Hip-hop artist, activist, voice for his generation, Quetzal Martinez is changing the world little by little every day, whether performing hip-hop at music festivals or speaking at rallies. Okay, I'm really sorry I don't know how to say that person's name. It's terrible. Okay, so what can you do? Now this is your assignment today. This is your where I want you to be writing. So these are some things that they're suggesting. Here are some small changes that can make a big difference. So we're going to read through these, and I want you to really think and reflect about which ones you would like to do, or is there something else that you can think of that can help to prevent climate change or slow it down at least? Okay, so don't use a car for short trips. Walk instead. You'll be fitter and it will help the environment at the same time. Always turn the lights off when leaving a room. I definitely try and do that one. That's a really good one, I think, that everyone can do. Don't leave TVs and computers on standby. Switch them off. Recycle everything you can and try not to buy things with lots of packaging. Okay, that's one to be mindful of. To save water, turn off the faucet when brushing your teeth. Take showers and fewer baths. Buy and use less stuff. Ask yourself if you really need something before you buy it. Eat less meat. Oh, so this is the vegan thing. I'm going to explain this a little bit more. The farming of animals contributes to climate change. Replace some of your meals with vegan alternatives such as oat milk and textured vegetables vegetable protein, or tofu. Okay, so grade threes, my question to you is that what are the things that you can do in your life right now with your family to help slow down climate change? What can you do to make a difference? Okay, you could go be really passionate about this and take all these 4 steps and become an environmental activist, or you could take make small changes in your life, in your family's life, that can add up to make a big difference too. So it's your choice. I want you to write a reflection about what you want to do to help. Okay, have fun with it, and I'd love to see what you come up with. Bye for now.